Hello, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I am doing you may have noticed, I do wrap-ups every single month, but last month I didn't do one because I didn't read that many books, so I decided to combine March and Feb into one. So that's what we're doing. I read, I think in total 5 or 6 books, we're gonna see now. I read one on my Kindle, which I'm gonna start with, otherwise I'm gonna forget to include it into this video. So, by the way, please ignore this. I know it sticks out like a sore thumb. Anyway. Okay. So, the first book that I read this month was, not this month, in Feb I read, where are you? Okay. I read Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Very viral book. Very, very, very viral. It's a enemies to lovers book. Her name is Peyton, his name is Kai. I don't really know how much information to give on this one because... Okay, so it's about... I enjoyed this book. I didn't love it, but I did enjoy it. The ending was great. The ending was really something to remember, and I'm very frustrated about it, to be honest. So I am excited for the second one for that, and I would like to read the novella too. But this book is about, there's this ranking system. I don't really remember too much about it actually, but there's like the poor people and the super rich people, and it's got to do with something in your blood, and they fall in love. So it's like a forbidden romance, enemies to lovers type thing. Flipping hell, why don't I remember? I was kind of pushing through this. I felt like it was long. I definitely think it was pushed longer than it needed to be. There were some things that could be cut out, I'm sure. But there was lots of... Okay, the biggest thing that people talk about in this book is the banter. The banter between the two was great. Was I kicking my feet? No. I can see how other people are kicking their feet. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it. I don't know, it just... I think maybe the reviews prepared me for something that wasn't what I was expecting. So I wasn't prepared for the right thing. I'm not sure. Obviously, it says a lot that I don't remember, a lot of what was in this. So, there's that. Do with that what you will. Next, I read, this one I really enjoyed. So I read People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I've seen a lot of slander on this book, okay? A lot. From a lot of the booktubers I watch. It didn't deserve it. This was a really cute romance, especially by the beginning. At the end, I have some beef, okay? But it was very cute. I highlighted a lot in this book. The two, both of them, were so sweet, but Poppy, she had the tendency to be kind of stupid. She really, by the end, she ruined it, and there was a third act conflict, and it was just messy and unnecessary, and it actually took a star off for me. So I think I gave this 4 stars because of the third act conflict. This is the prime example of when a romance feels like they need to do something else. When they didn't, we just want to read, well, me personally, I just want to read the love. I don't need to see them fight. You could edit at 200 pages if it's just them going on dates and loving each other and getting intimate, blah, blah, blah. This third act conflict took a star off. It was good. Emily Henry is a great author. Her writing, I've read 2 of her books now. I read Happy Place and this. Her writing is just great. I'm super excited to go into Beach Read. The next 2 I read this month, I read Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. If I can link the video in the description, then you can go watch that. Went into detail about both of those books, so I'm not going to talk about them here, but I loved them. If you want to see my opinions, watch that video. Now, I'm going to go into the Kindle book that I read because I forgot to do it at the beginning like I said I would. So, I read My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. I was very, very hesitant to go into Tessa Bailey's books because I know that they are spice-oriented, which I do love spice, but not over the top to the point where it's unnecessary and redundant. So Also, based on her covers and like Hook, Line and Sinker and the other one, I'm not interested in it at all, and I think this is actually going to be the only Tessa Bailey book that I read. I enjoyed her writing, but I don't feel a big need to go into her other books unless there's some sort of new one that comes out that sounds interesting. My Qualification was a romance slash murder mystery, very fast paced. These people go to a vacation home, they find suspicious stuff there, girl finds a dead body, cop comes to check in, there's a romance with the girl and the cop. The Spice was great. I was reading this at work and then decided, nope, you need to stop, this is not the right time. If somebody peeks over your shoulder, this is not going to be the right time to read it. So I didn't, and I put it down. But yeah, there's a lot of spice. It's very insta-lovey, so if you don't like that, then don't read it. It very much gives off that vibe. It kind of bugs me a bit, but if you just go with the plot, you can ignore it. It's not that big of a deal. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the setting. The murder mystery is more of a back plot. So I feel like the tension between the characters, the sexual tension, is more prominent in the story over the murder mystery. It's just sort of a fun sideline thing. Even the revelation of who it wasn't even that shocking to me, personally. But I think I gave that a 4 stars, so this was the only one, based on the cover, that I was interested in reading that's written by Tessa Bailey. And for some reason, I thought that there was vampires in this book. Spoiler, there is not. So, yeah, don't expect vampires from that, yeah, okay. Next. Oh, okay. The last book that I read this month, I read Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. So the last book that I read this month was Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. This one, okay, this was a highly anticipated read of mine because Magnolia Parks has really good reviews and I really enjoyed it. They're known for being super toxic books, but very entertaining because of the toxicity. So this one, I knew it was going to be following a different, because we meet Daisy Hates in the first book. By the way, if you haven't read Magnolia Parks, don't watch this portion. Just don't. Daisy Hates, she's part of her brother is part of a gang. So this is a mafia romance. A lot of the stuff made me uncomfortable in this book. Christian was rude at times. He didn't know how to express himself properly according to like what he actually meant to say. He didn't know how to express himself. But the thing is, she didn't have patience. And she was stubborn. She's such a brat. I don't like her. She is such a brat. She is so selfish. She does things only for herself. She does not care about other people. I'll tell you right now. She does not care. I don't like her at all. There's no coming back for her after what she was doing in this book. So I didn't enjoy this very much. It was too long. Didn't enjoy the mafia aspect. I enjoyed the heists, but that's about it. That's right up my alley. I enjoyed getting to know Christian a bit more. I was frustrated with him a bit throughout, but he humanizes himself over the course of the book. Julian, I don't understand the hype. I don't understand the appeal. Not for me. Every single glimpse of Magnolia we got in this book was where I was actually thriving and enjoying myself. The rest was strenuous to get through. Jessa Hastings is a very good author, so there was a lot that I highlighted in this. It just wasn't my story. Not for me. The Magnolia books are for me. I think she's hysterical because she can be so rude and rich and she doesn't even recognize it. This, I was gonna give it a 4 just because of the universe it's a part of, but I gave it a 3.5 because I just could, that's too generous. 4 is way too generous for what this was. So I put it down to 3.5. So toxic. So the ending was just like, it felt like a wrap up. Like she had to publish this book. So she had to rush the last bit of it. Like she had 2 days left and then she had to wrap up the writing and all of the printing. It felt very rushed at the end. That's my washing. But I did enjoy, just like, look at this. Okay, you see, this is an example of the writing you get. Like, this is annotation. She's a great author. I'm not dissing that at all. I just think this was a bit rushed, too long, too much, very chaotic. Not for me. But that's the last book I read this month. So I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 books over the 2 months, 4 this month and 2 in Feb. By the way, today is actually Easter when I'm filming this, so happy Easter to you all. I hope you had a great day and ate lots of chocolates, because I hope your teeth are falling out at the end of this day, actually. That's what I hope, because you should have eaten a lot of chocolate. But I actually don't hope that your teeth will fall. It's just a way of speaking. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed.